Pfeffer.
Here.
Williams.
Here.
Murray.
Here.
Aquila.
Here. There are no minutes to approve. Reports, resolution, and communications.
Nothing from staff.
Thank you. We have the following petitions to be continued: UV-46-13, AA-43-13, AA-44-13, and we have one petition that is requesting continuance, B-25-13, that will be subject to approval by the board.
Do you want a motion on that, or do you want to?
I would so much appreciate it.
I'll move continuing V-25-13, Joseph Collison, 933 North Walnut, to our November meeting.
I second that.
Any comments? Carmen?
Murray.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want to tonight
This is a request for CSX transportation for a property of 2660 South Walnut Street. The petitioners are requesting a use variance in order to allow outdoor storage, as well as a variance to allow for an 8-foot tall fence. This property is located on the southwest corner of West Country Club Drive and South Walnut Street, and is located within the Walnut Station Planned Unit Development. To the south of this are some single-family residences. To the east of this overall area is commercial property. And to the west are a corridor that's owned by CSX Transportation, single-family residences on the west side of that. As I mentioned, this is part of the Walnut Station Planned Unit Development. This PUD was approved back in 1990 for a mix of commercial uses, and to date there have been some commercial uses established on the lot. There's a bank that is at the northeast corner of the property. CVS Pharmacy has been constructed, as well as a multi-tenant center with a oil change facility. There are 2 vacant lots left within this planned unit development, and the petitioners have purchased these lots with the intent of using them to help aid in the environmental remediation that they are doing on this property and on the corridor here. So CSX Transportation has been working with an environmental engineering firm to remove a lot of environmental pollution from the former creosote factory that was located along the north side of Country Club Drive. The petitioners have been working on this remediation for almost 20 years and have now moved far enough south that they're going to begin work on the south side of Country Club Drive. As part of this work, they will have a series of monitoring wells that have been dug at various depths to determine how deep the pollution is, and in other areas there are various collection wells that have been dug as well to help collect and bring to the top a lot of the creosote that is soaked into the bedrock and the ground around them. As part of this remediation work, they will be storing the creosote that they take out of the ground in barrels or drums that will then be carted off to New York or be incinerated. While they are removing this material, they have to store it on site until they have enough barrels to load onto the truck. So as part of this project, they are requesting a use variance to allow for outdoor storage, to allow for these collection drums to be stored on site. The planned unit development does not allow for outdoor storage, so this is a unique situation where there is a use, temporary use that is being requested that does not match any of the intended uses for the overall PUD, but is necessary in order to accomplish the petitioner's project. So as I mentioned, there are various monitoring and extraction wells on the property, and the petitioners would like to use this particular site that I've outlined in red, Lot 3 of the commercial development, to construct a storage area, and this would be a temporary storage area that would just be used while they are doing the remediation work on this property in the adjacent area. They would like to construct a storage area on the property that would have a fenced enclosure around it. There would be a 40 by 40 foot compound that would be constructed with a 20 by 20 foot storage area where the drums would be stored until there's enough of them to be collected off site. So as part of the use variance to allow outdoor storage, they're also requesting variance to allow for an 8-foot tall fence. Our zoning code only allows for a 4-foot tall fence when there is not a primary structure on the property. So they would only be allowed a 4-foot tall fence. Based on the nature of the work and the importance of securing these collection barrels against any damage or vandalism, it is necessary to have a fence that is taller than 4 feet. So they're requesting an 8-foot tall fence that would go around the fence compound, as well as that would kind of close off the north half of the property. The petitioners have had a lot of trouble with passing through traffic, homeless persons in the area, and so they are trying to secure access to the collection area while they are doing the work to help secure the site. So on the site plan that you can see on the screen, they're shown the 40-foot by 40-foot fenced area, and then the 8-foot fence that would extend along the north side of the property to help kind of close off the access and reduce traffic moving through the site. So there are portions of the petitioner's property that are zoned for institutional, that would allow for outdoor storage, that would allow for 8-foot tall fence. However, this particular exhibit shows the floodplain that moves through this area. All of the petitioner's property that is zoned institutional that would be allowed to do these things is completely encumbered in the floodplain. Certainly outdoor storage of environmentally contaminated materials in a floodplain is not desirable. So storing those in the floodplain does not make sense. So that has kind of led the petitioner to this adjacent property that is out of the floodplain, that has ease of access to it, that works to accomplish what they need to do for this remediation. As I mentioned, this would be a temporary use for while they are doing the project. Petitioners expect that it would take possibly up to 4 to 6 years, maybe less. It's just one of the things that they're not sure until they kind of get in and get going and see how much needs to be removed. So this use variance is only for a temporary use. There is not a specific time period that is associated with this because, as I mentioned, they don't know exactly how much is there that needs to be taken out. However, we do have one of the standards here that outlines that this is just a temporary use for this property. So with that, staff has reviewed this based on the findings in staff's report, and we are recommending approval of the use variance and the development standards variance with the 2 conditions that are listed in staff's report. This was also heard by the Planning Commission earlier this month, and they voted unanimously to forward this to you with a positive recommendation as well. So with that, staff is recommending approval, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Petitioner's representative? Please state your name.
My name is Steve Sharp.
Steve, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You have up to 20 minutes. If you would like to present something, you do not need to present anything if you choose not to.
Okay. Yeah, I think Eric outlined it pretty well. He gave you a good background of what we're looking at here. It's a voluntary cleanup, and it's a good opportunity for CSX to get this property back into reuse. We work well with the city, all their various departments in that. It's also being overseen by the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, their voluntary remediation program.
Questions from staff or petitioner by the board?
I apologize. That plan is actually for a storage facility that is going to be on the west side of the creek. That is on a different portion of the property that is not actually within the city planning district. So our zoning and municipal boundary line falls right along the CSX property line. So this is something that's on the other side of the creek. That was included in the area. I apologize for that.
Approximately how many drums are stored on these individual pallets and for approximately how long?
That's going to vary depending on how much product we're able to pull out of the ground during our recovery operations. But typically, we anticipate about 20 drones off-site.
Okay, and, have there been any, letters or comments from the adjacent business owners